Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OOC as we returned with the second round of the group stage of day one here of the SC2's Safe House number 2. We are jumping into our second series, and we have once again another PvZ. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the pink Protoss player. We have the American Protoss. It is Astrea. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg for Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. El Chamaco. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Let's go. Let us go. Astrea, he just came out on top against Eggs, did go all the way to the ace match. It was a little bit of a back and forth, but Cham, he steps up as the best Zerg player in all of Latino America. Cham, he had a crazy performance in last season's OSC mid-season playoff at the start of the year, if you remember. Cham taking down players like Bunny, going toe-to-toe with Showtime as well. If Cham can actually bring Showtime to his knees, then I feel like he can take it to Astrea as well. But that was a couple of months ago. True, that was like 2 months ago. So 2 months ago, it's been quite some time. It's been a while. So Cham, has he been keeping up with his play, with his practice? Can he take it to Astrea here? I can see this going to the ace match, and I can see this going either way. I still lean a little bit more towards Astrea overall, but I can 100% see Cham bringing him down here, and I can even see them both making it all the way to the playoffs as well, to tomorrow's broadcast. We'll see if they can. See if they can make it. For now, hatch gas full, standard opener out of Cham. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have Astrea also going for a standard opener as well. A gate expand into... Oh. 2 gate. Okay. Second gateway delayed Cybercore. I say delayed Cybercore. Second gateway here. So 2 gate opener out of Astrea. This is a much more aggressive start. Much more aggressive. Now going for the Cybercore. Now with a 2 gate opener, what does this mean? This means that we have a big power spike with 2 and then 4 adepts. So early adept aggression here for Astrea. This will be delaying the tech. It will delay the Stargates or the attempted tech of choice with its Stargate or Twilight Council. But a much more aggressive start. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, from here, as we did mention, we have the double chrono. Double chrono, we have 2 adepts already on the way. So again, with the 2 gate opener, we have 2 adepts, and we have the 3rd and 4th adept thereafter. And we'll see if Cham can keep up. Cham, he did scouts, he knows. Yeah, he scouts, he knows, he's fully aware. Link production has begun. Queens are amassing as well, so Cham, he knows what's coming his way, and he's getting ready. He's getting ready back in there. You're all animals in the chat. All animals. Here we go. Astrea moves in. Remember, you can one-shot. From the shape into the main. American one-shot. The Lings, they do keep up. They lock down the first 2 adepts, not bad. And both adepts do get shut down. 2 adepts and 2 drones. That is a better trade for Cham. Nice defense from our Zerg player. So far, so good. And Astrea, he has kind of missed his window of opportunity here. He has more adepts on the way, but he wanted a stronger start. So Cham, he scouts. He reacts well. He moves into delay, and he wants that probe. Ooh, doesn't quite get there though. Gets on top of the adept, the Oracle has arrived, and Astrea, he will save his work, he'll get his 3rd base up and running. But all in all, I do favor Cham so far. As Astrea, he did invest quite heavily here into the early adept aggression. Here we have the next wave, building up to 5. So 5 adepts moving out. This could have been 7. He lost 2 earlier. Cham. Oh, he supply blocked. Now's not the time. Brutal supply block here for Cham. Adepts are moving in. Cham needs those Zerg wings. Adepts, they do shade into the mineral line. They do focus down 1, 2, up to 3 drones. Okay. Sorry, 4. Oh, 4 drones go down. That's quite a bit. Nice pick off here from Astrea. Then he gets into the third. 6 drone kills in total. Picking up a couple more. And we're building up into a standard follow-up going into Blink. So Blink is on the way, Forge with +1, going for a Blink follow-up. Adepts stay race back home to defend the third, and now we're kind of building up into a longer game state. In total, Cham lost 8 workers for 4 Adepts. Again, I would say this has overall just been a slightly better trade for Astrea. Cham taking more gases, and he's actually doubling down, going into Roaches, going for a delayed Evo chamber. Okay, so this could be Roach Ravager into Hydra Lurker. Could just be Roach Hydra. Oh, okay, it's neither. I was curious what all the gas was for. I assumed it was Hydras, but no, it is going to be for the Spire, but it gets scouted. Yeah, Spire is on the way, but the Revelation does see everything in the main. Astrea knows. So Astrea, he knows that mutas are coming. Cham knows that Astrea knows because the Revelation, of course, is very obvious. So Cham, does he let the Spire finish and then go for a Roach all-in? Does he actually make mutas? The mind games. The mind games. Speaking of mind games, Astrea has not made a Phoenix. No Phoenixes from Astrea. He's working towards Archons. Astrea moves out. Nice catch on the Lings. Astrea still posturing. Cham, he's just focusing on cranking out Roaches. Spire is done. And he makes 14 more. Yeah, he commits. Cham is not droning. Cham, he's not droning up his 4th base. He's going for a 3-base all-in. A purely Roach Ling. Sorry. Purely Roach Ling Ravager. So it's all or nothing for Cham. And we'll see if he can catch Astrea off guard. Cham will lose both Ravagers. Nice pick off that Astrea. So from here, Cham, he keeps on pushing. Again, he has not drawn up at all. No drones as 4th whatsoever. And Cham is about to max. He's about to max out. He's got a 5th base once again just for Larva. Purely for Larva. Getting into the expansion, but he has to break the army. The base doesn't matter. Does get a kill? Yeah, it does. It does get a kill. Kill, not a cancel. Storm is complete. Astrea's got Storm. And so far, I mean, he's zoning quite well. Does zone back the army. And time is on Astrea's side, but he's supply blocked. Oh, brutal supply block. 3, 4 pylons on the way. Brutal supply block for Astrea. He cannot warp in. He can't spend his money. And this is Cham's moment. He can go for it. He can go for the kill. The second storm. The high tempo go down. There's 0 storms left. Cham, he comes in with the surround. And Cham, he's done it. At this point, he's done it. He is breaking into the 3rd base. Yeah, the Nexus is being targeted down. Reinforcements say delay the main army. As the main army is being held up, down goes the expansion. Here going into the mineral line. Catching out more probes. And Astrea cannot keep up. Not anymore. Not like this. And Astrea just wasn't able to keep up with Set All In. Couldn't save his base. Couldn't save the expansion. I mean, he didn't confirm that the All In was coming. And it was just brutal. It was just the worst time to get supply blocks. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. You scout an all in, you see it coming, knocking down your 4th base, you try to warp in, and it's like, supply blocked. Not like this. Again, the stars align for Cham. Ooh, that was not a... Jesus, that was a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Nexus goes down for a second time. Ay, ay, ay. You know, a big shout out to Francisco in the chat. God, no, that's another kill. That's the 4th Nexus that's been killed this game. Oh no, Astrea. Rebind the cancel button. Rebind it, papi. Not like this. It's 4 dead bases. But gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. We do appreciate it. Francisco. Gracias, gracias. Likewise, shout out to Thorn as well. Thorn at 969 in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing for 11 months, almost a year of support. Gracias, papi, gracias. As Cham, he's maxed. Cham, he has remaxed. He can just keep going. To be honest, his win condition should just be deny the 4th. Deny the 4th base over and over again. Now, this is becoming a little bit scary. That's a lot of Templar. That's a lot of Storm. That's going to be 6 Templar in total. 6 Storms. There's 2. Raiden's coming from behind. Ooh, and they try to crash in. Yeah, they catch the Templar. Templar go down. A massive pickup. Nice surround by Cham. Cham, he does break the army. Breaks the main army. Resets high Templar counts. Astrea doing what he can. Trying to hold on. And Cham is just rallying. Just rallying across. Behind this hive is done. We have some infestors on the way. Cham, he did decide to drone eventually. After he took his lead. Drone up somewhat. Getting to Spire upgrades. He doesn't need to, but it's just a way to secure himself. To make sure he just doesn't lose his lead. That he has further tech. Yo, do we finally get to see Microbial Shroud? Does it happen? I mean, he's yet to research it, but maybe. This is out. Ultra Cavern's on the way. As things, they don't have the best trade here. Yeah, they have to back off. At the same time, Zelramba gets caught. Roche is ahead for the mineral lines. Gonna break in. On the Stalker's not bad. Stalker's getting locked down. Lings, they flood into the main. Lings into the main. Lings into the natural as well. And Astrea, he's huffing some copium. The copium is real, man. Yeah, no. Astrea, por favor. And then as GG gets called, Cham, he will break through, he'll overwhelm, and Cham will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, winding it back, Cham, he went for a big 3-base all-in. He did not drone up his 4th base. He had a 4th and a 5th just for Larva. As a reminder, he had a Spire on the way, which got scouted. He let it finish. He never used it. He never used it, so it was a nice fake out. Essentially, Astrea, I'm sure the reason why he pushed and the reason why he was a little bit more relaxed was because he believed that mutas were on the way, but there were no mutas in sight. Cham mind games came into play instead. He knew that Astrea scouted him. He let it finish, and instead he cut workers, went for the all-in. It was also unfortunate that the all-in lined up with what? With Astrea getting supply blocked. It was a brutal supply block. He threw down 4 pylons. He couldn't warp in, couldn't make anything, couldn't hold, couldn't survive. GG. GG, well played. So Cham takes a lead, and we'll see if Cham can close it out. We'll see if Astrea can bounce back. Let's go. Microbial Shroud is a myth. I think I've seen it once. I think I've literally seen it once, and I think it was Ooh, was it Shin versus Nickrat? But like Shin had already won the game. Like he threw down some microbial shrouds in front of his ultras, but the ultras, they just ran through it anyway, and they just like it was just a non-factor. So I don't think I've seen microbial shroud actually impact a game. That hasn't happened yet. But one day we'll see. As we are getting to game number 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner here of Persephone, we have the American Protoss player. We have the pink Protoss down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player representing Exertus Esports from Atlanta, Mexico. It is Cham. Leading the series 1-0. Let's go. Let us go. We are settling into our games. Settling into game number 2. And again, Cham, he does have that killer instinct where at any moment if he sees weakness, he will cut workers, he will commit to an all-in. Not saying he has to, not at all, but does have the tendency to do so. That's how he's beaten even players like Showtime. Even Showtime has struggled against Cham. Cham, he's dangerous. Dangerous, man. So now, hatch gas full. Standard open out of Cham. We'll keep an eye on his saturation. We'll keep an eye on his overall droning. Likewise, this time Astrea going for a gate expand into Cybercore. I should also emphasize that as well. Last game, we saw that Astrea did go for a 2-gate opener to be more aggressive, and initially it didn't really pay off. Eventually, he did kind of get some damage done, but in general, you're hoping for a little bit more when you're going for something so dedicated. This time, standard opener. There's no second gateway. There's no mass adept aggression early on, which we saw out of Astrea in the first game. When a Cham, scouting him as a weakness, he'll use it against. True. His Spire did get scouted. Didn't even use it. He lured Astrea in. Ooh, as Astrea, he does not go for the Stargate, opening up Twilight Council. So, just like we saw against Eggs, we're assuming this is going to be Glaive Adepts. We're assuming 4-gate Glaives, so we'll keep an eye on the gases. We'll see if he does commit. Otherwise, if he stays in gas, it could be a Dark Shrine opener instead. So, Astrea has options. Speaking of, no longer does he have options, he pulls out. Yeah, he pulls out a gas. With that, we have 2 mining and gas on one gas geyser, another 2 on the other, so 4 mining gas in total, which screams of 4-gate Glaives. So 4-gate Glaive Adepts out of Astrea. We saw that Eggs struggled against this in his series, but that's also because he cut workers very early and he did not follow up with an all-in. So Eggs, he had a bit of a shaky response. Cham should be droning a little bit harder here. Likewise, does he scout the main? Uh-oh. Glaives are on the way. Extra gateways as well. We should be seeing 1 additional gateway to build up into 4. Yep, there it is. 4-gate Glaives. Here we go. And you can see that Cham is already getting more workers than Eggs. Eggs, he got workers at 29, if you recall. Here, Cham is running up to 40, which is what you want to be getting up to. You want to be cutting workers between 40 and 45, depending on how greedy you want to be. But around 40 is what you want to be going for. There's Safety Roach Warren. Link production has begun. Lings, they poke in, they scout the Stalker. That's indicative of a Twilight Council. Stalker does survive. More Lings on the way. Cham, he drones up to 40. So he cut workers at 40. He's playing it safe. He's not being too greedy. He's massing up. The only thing that we're missing here is SimCity at the natural, so there's no way to wall up and wall off. SimCities will bring in 4 adepts at a time. There's some moving in. We need those roaches. 7 roaches are on the way. So far, cancels the shade. Astrea is still looking for a way in. It's not a massive warp in. I mean, that's a lot of adepts. Could he just fight head on? Oh, bold move out of Cham. He does go for a counterattack. Cham, he moves out. Adepts take it into the mineral line. They get a couple of drones. But at the same time, he will lose a third base. Massive pickup out of Cham. He wants a third, and he's gonna get it to cancel. Hey, he rebounds. The last game of Astrea, he lost his bases. I want to say he lost like 4 or sorry, he lost like 4 or 5 for next time. Slimy cancels. Let's set up shade into the middle line. It's going to be 5-6 drones going down. Brutal damage. Okay. Astrea is making up for his earlier lack of damage. But he's making up for it. Yeah, once again, let's say shade in. Getting 8 in total. This is adding up. This is slowly adding up in damage. Has more adepts into the main. Getting another pair of drones. Oof. That's 12 in total. Ay. Yeah, look at the damage here. For 8 adepts, 17 drones and 28 lings. Astrea has a very nice start to the game. Following this, building up Immortals. Already has 2, soon to be 3. 3 Immortals, more Relay Adepts. And this is going to be a tough hold here for Cham. Not impossible, but it's going to be difficult. Especially without Ravagers. He's building up his Banelings. Astrea is already moving in. Astrea is going for the kill. He knows he has momentum. He knows he's close to breaking Cham. Double Banes, they force a split. No major connections. Banes don't quite connect. Catch out some of the adepts. Nice zoning there with the Banelings. Astrea force further back. And Cham, he's not droning. He'll lose the 4th. He's maxing out with more Ling Bane Roach. Going for a run by. There's a recall. Is he looking? Ooh, does actually very nice recall. Recalls in time. He does fully wall off. I don't think that recall was intentional to defend against the run by, but very nicely timed regardless. Very nicely timed. Cham getting even more. Sorry, Astrea getting even more drone kills. 25 drones. And Cham is all in. Cham is completely all in, but this time it's a weaker all in for Cham. We've got a wall of shield batteries, wall of pylons. 4 shield batteries on the way. He's rolling in. Looking for those connections. At least he had a decent round as well. Not bad. Getting us over the Immortal. Bane's coming from behind. Oh no, the Banelings! Oh, they don't quite connect. But they collapse on the army. Yeah, the army goes down. Nice round on the Immortals. The Immortals do 4, Mineral Line as well, and Cham, he's done it. He has done it. He has broken Astrea. Again, Cham, he had a rocky start here. He lost a lot of workers. He was forced into the all-in, and he shuts down Astrea. Shield barriers are too little too late. There were no force fields, no storm. I mean, again, especially considering there was 0 Ravagers with this fight, with this push, force fields would have been crazy. Sentries would have been insane. But no Addison City. And Chammy's done it. He's doing it. Kills the 3rd. Cham is running out of steam a little bit here. Running out of Lings, running out of Roaches. Cham backs up. Backs up, he pulls away, but Cham just doubling down, still making more Roaches, more Lings. Is going to be expanding, getting a 4th. Chammy's done crippling damage, but he needs more. Astrea is still hanging on there. Hanging in. Queen. Astrea is trading efficiently, picking up Zerglings, Queens, Roaches whenever he can, but oh, we'll lose one Stalker. Every loss hurts how much more. These Roaches are tunneling in. Peeling up into the natural, into the main. Cham is getting cheeky. There's Zambaru. He gets in. Probes are going down. Astrea's main army getting caught out as well. Let's get the hell out of here. Oof, a brutal flank. Flank on that main army. Meanwhile, Roaches, they just burrow. They tunnel in. Observer gets recalled, and the Observer does defend the natural at least. But Chammy's going for the kill. This time just 1 sentry. Just the 1. And Chammy's done it. He has done it. GG gets called, comes in for the surround, and Cham, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on, claiming the 2nd round. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, Cham. He will claim the series. Oh. He will claim the series. He will take the 2-0 again, time and time again. Different forms of all-in, but we saw in game 1, Cham was able to have a better start and able to embrace a very strong 3-base setup. He had a 4th and 5th base just for Larva. He was able to fake out the Mutas. The Spire got scouted, and Astrea was just not ready for the all-in. Here in game 2, I would say that Astrea had the better start. Astrea, he was able to get a lot of economic damage. He was able to get into bases. He was able to get a lot of drone kills, but he was not ready for what came next, as Cham just accepted his fate. He just doubled down, refused to drone up, went for a massive Ling Bane Roach push, and Astrea got caught out. As we mentioned, he had no sentries, despite the fact that there was 0 Ravagers with the army of Cham. There were no sentries, no force fields. Likewise, the main army was just a little bit lacking. He had some Immortals, but he got surrounded, he got picked off. GG. GG, well played. And with that, congratulations, Cham. He does claim the series, and now we're getting ready for the 3rd round.